Hello and welcome to the Recovery Oracle. My name is Veda and I am pleased to have you in this space with me. This week's topic for our relationships in recovery special is the twin flame dynamic in a relationship. So you may identify as a twin flame. You may be in a twin flame situation. You may have come into union. You may be apart right now. And so I wanted to start with kind of, if you've never heard of a twin flame, or maybe you have and you're wondering about it, there are some there's some defining factors that define the difference between a twin flame, a soulmate, and a karmic relationship. So I'm going to share those with you, and then we'll get started, and I'll tell you who the divine guidance that we are going with tonight in regards to the twin flame theme. So I want to talk first about what how the twin flame can be more apparent in a recovery situation. There's a lot of karmic relationships in recovery, and there are a lot of twin flame relationships as a common theme with people in recovery. So from a spiritual standpoint, the twin flame journey is often described as the soul's most intense mirror. It's not just about romance or union, it's about purification, awakening, and integration of shadow and light. Addiction can actually be one of the biggest initiations on the path. So this is how addiction and the twin flame go together. So so number one, mirror of shadow. So your twin flame mirrors both your highest potential and your deepest wounds. Addiction is often tied to suppressed pain, unmet needs, or avoidance of deep truths. When the twin flame energy enters, it tends to amplify those patterns. What you might have been able to numb or manage gets brought to the surface, sometimes painfully, so it can no longer be ignored. The union requires sovereignty, and I'll tell you about the union part of it if you're not familiar. I'll define a twin flame after this for everybody. So, true twin flame union, whether physically or energetically, requires that both souls step into sovereignty, meaning no dependency on substances, people, or external crutches to fill the void. So to come back together, you both have to be clean. Addiction represents a kind of false union with something that temporarily soothes but ultimately drains. Spirit uses the twin flame connection to highlight the difference between bondage to the false and freedom in the true. The purification process. Many twin flame journeys involve periods of separation. This is often when addictions flare or become painfully obvious because the twin's absence exposes the raw wound. But that separation is sacred. It gives you the space to transmute the addiction into deeper connection with Source, self-love, and inner wholeness. It's why many on this path report being called to drop alcohol, drugs, toxic habits, even certain relationships, because their vibration won't align with the union until they're cleared. The alchemy of pain into power. Addiction usually carries shame, guilt, or despair. The twin flame journey reframes it. What if this was the very fire your soul chooses to burn away illusion? What if your struggle with addiction is part of your initiation into your most compassionate and empowered self? Not just for you, but because you'll eventually help guide others with the same wound. Twin flame love has that ripple effect. And there's the need for union with the divine first. So ultimately, the twin flame journey is about union with your divine self before union with another. Overcoming addiction is like a rehearsal of that, right? So shifting from reliance on an external source of comfort to reliance on a divine source. When that alignment comes, the twin flame connection becomes smoother, less chaotic, and more sacred. So, addiction in the twin flame path isn't a detour, it's a sacred test and teacher. The fire of the connection exposes it. The separation gives space to heal it. And the return to wholeness through sobriety or liberation becomes the foundation for the real union. So now I want to explain the whole thing about the union real quick. So a twin flame is believed to be one soul split into two bodies, a mirror of your own essence. So the relationship is intense, magnetic, and often turbulent because it forces both people to confront their deepest wounds, shadows, and unhealed parts. The purpose is spiritual awakening, rapid growth, union with the divine through the mirror of another. The dynamic is this push-pull, separation, reunion cycles, and intense synchronicities. So please tell me in the comments if you have experienced this type of relationship or are. And then the third defining factor is the union, which is only possible when both individuals are healed, sovereign, and aligned. So until then, the connection feels like fire, burning away illusion. A soulmate is another soul from your soul family who you have a deep bond with. This can be romantic, platonic, or even family. You usually share past lives and feel an easy recognition when you meet. The purpose is companionship, love, and growth through harmony. The dynamic is supportive, familiar, comforting, less volatile than twin flames. And the union, it doesn't require extreme purging or going off alone. It's more about learning and thriving together. A karmic relationship is rooted in unfinished business from past lifetimes or soul contracts. These can feel intoxicating at first, but often turn unhealthy or destructive. They're meant to teach lessons and break cycles. So the purpose is to balance karma, break patterns, and teach hard lessons. The dynamic is often chaotic, addictive, full of highs and lows. You feel pulled in even when you know it's not good for you, and the union is temporary. Once the lesson is learned, the connection tends to dissolve. So the core difference is karmic teaches lessons, usually not meant to last. A soulmate is a companion for love and support. It can be long-term and fulfilling. With a twin flame is a mirror for transformation. It pushes you towards spiritual union and your higher purpose. So isn't that interesting? Because I've called, I've thought I was with a soulmate, and I'm really beginning to understand the dynamic of this twin flame journey that I'm actually on, where my partner and I are absolutely head over heels in love with each other and feel very, very, very connected. But upon our coming together, everything blew up. All of we kind of mirrored back to each other, like the worst came out and came to the surface. And then there's been this time of separation where we got into addiction, and then he had to go do some time, and I got heavy into addiction, and then have now been clean for 11 months living in California, and we are about to come back together. But we've been both on this journey of healing and growth so that we can come back together, and our magnetism to each other and our desire to be together is what has led to all of that, wanting to be our best selves and wanting to grow and wanting to heal these things, because I want to be of the right caliber and vibration of a woman that he deserves in his life, and he wants to be that kind of man for me. So it's really beautiful when you can look at it from a spiritual perspective, the things that you are going through that may not feel so beautiful while you're going through them. So we have a couple angels and a couple masters on the table tonight. So I invited in, of course, with all of this transmuting darkness into light that we've been going through, a lot of ascension symptoms, a lot of letting go and releasing old habits, old behaviors, and making way for the new. You may have heard me mention a little talk about the violet flame of transmutation, right? Where the angels, the angel who runs the violet flame is Archangel Zadkiel. And so, you know, his card says karmic release. It's time to release what's holding you back and step into your more radiant self. Archangel Zadkiel is the keeper of the violet flame, and his divine counterpart is Archangel Lady Amethyst, and I didn't know that. So he has this divine counterpart, and I'm sorry, the ring light, is Lady Amethyst is his lady. And then so I thought that was really neat. And then thinking about the violet flame of transmutation, I realized, I was like, okay, well, that's Saint Germain too. So we have ascended masters, right? People, they both used to formally be people on the planet who you know, gained such a high consciousness, became so spiritually evolved that they are now ascended masters in the higher realms, and they help guide human beings through their human being experiences while we're here. So Saint Germain is the violet flame. He's the ascended master, the former human that works with the violet flame and is like the council of light for the violet flame. And his lady is Lady Portia. So they both, I thought that was so beautiful that we have two angels and two guides, both with divine counterparts that work with the violet flame of transmutation. And since we're talking twin flames, that flame energy tonight, I thought that was very appropriate. I want to read about so we'll read about Saint Germain and Lady Portia, and then we'll read about the angels, and then we'll get into some tarot. Please let me know if any of this is relatable to you, what you are going through in your relationship. If you can kind of pinpoint based on those, like the defining factors of if you are in like a soulmate. Maybe you're in a karmic right now and you know that. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't know what it is yet. And sometimes we're not supposed to know. But I really think that it gives us a little, it's a bit easier to surrender to the process when you do understand the process a little more. So I'm going to start with Lady Portia. So Lady Portia's name means doorway, and she is the spiritual embodiment of justice. As the twin flame of Saint Germain and one of the keepers of the violet flame, a divine energy that can be invoked to aid transformation, she is working closely with light workers to help them overcome lower vibrational energy. I'm sorry, that freaking light. To overcome lower vibrational energy and bust through any blockages that are stopping them from doing their great work. In her many incarnations upon Earth, Lady Portia often found herself in positions where she was a voice of justice and balance. Now she can help us uncover past karma and understand the patterns we may be experiencing now in order to unlock lessons and overcome setbacks. Her presence is powerful yet angelic. So then I think that's so cool that she is with Saint Germain. All right, so then we'll go to Saint Germain. So the Count, it was a Count, Saint Germain. The Count of Saint Germain was an 18th century European adventurer and alchemist. During his life on Earth, it is said that he rubbed shoulders with some of the most elite members of the European society, but his background was shrouded in mystery. Let's put the Rosicrucian order. He acknowledged to be a man of miracles because he was a noted alchemist and magician and apparently never aged. He claimed to be over 500 years old, though most likely this was a joke. but who knows? He was known for giving public demonstrations of magic, illusions, and telepathy, and was probably a member of the Rosicrucian order. You know, they can't tell you. Rumor has it that even though he moved in highly influential circles, he probably felt like an outsider because he was an illegitimate child. Isn't that sad? Thus, from the heavenly realms, he helps those who call on him to find their place in the world. He is also associated with spiritual energy called the violet flame, which can be invoked to aid transformation. So, if you don't know your place in the world, I think most of us don't, you can call on Saint Germain to help you. Also, I connect with that too. He was like an illegitimate child, and so if you have any, childhood woundings and traumas and struggles, I think he would be a good person to connect with for sure. Yeah, that's awesome. That's so cool. So now let's read about the angel side of the violet flame, because I think it's so cool that they all work together. Like, they're all buddies up there hanging out. And it's just, up there here. Like, it's not a place. It's, it's just a higher frequency that we're not able to perceive with our human eyes. So, this book. Okay, so amethyst now. Ladies first. Amethyst is about metamorphosis, right? Think of the butterfly. So amethyst, sometimes called holy amethyst or lady amethyst, is an ascended angelic being and divine feminine archangel connected to the energies of transformation and transmutation. So she's an ascended angelic being. She may have at one time had an earthly incarnation. She is the divine counterpart of Zadkiel, the keeper of the violet flame, and for that reason has been seen as a guardian of that energy, or even a personification of it. The only documentation of her appears in New Age teachings from the 1980s onward, but she is well regarded and trusted by healers and psychics as an angel who is helping bring in a new golden age. Her sole mission is to help us take what has challenged us and transform it into a mission and serve the earth. So I wonder at times, like, some of these angelic beings and these energies, she wasn't talked about. The only documentation is in 1980s onward, but that just means somebody didn't write her down until then. She may have been passed down in lore for thousands of years before that, but I also wonder if just enough people's energy into a specific energy, like she's like a feminine embodiment of transformational energy, and so they gave that a name, and that became a consciousness in itself called Lady Amethyst. I don't know, just tell me what you think about that in the comments. I'm really curious to see how people feel about all of it. It's fascinating to me. So Zadkiel, and we're going to get into the reading. Don't worry, guys. Okay, so Zadkiel is righteousness of God. He's the archangel who brings emotional balance and helps transmute negative experience into a focus for love and learning. The divine counterpart of Amethyst, he governs the spiritual energy called the violet flame. Like, I don't know. Violet flame, a space that we can visit in meditation and prayer, and an energy that can be invoked to help us release from our energy fields anything that has been unsettling or traumatic. He is an angel of justice alongside Michael and Raguel. So, you can, if you are any limiting beliefs, any personal insecurities or unhealthy habits or anything that you're struggling with, you can easily go into meditation, go into a quiet space, go into meditation, and literally think about a violet flame and try to picture in your mind's eye a purple flame. And say Archangel Zadkiel, Saint Germain, Lady Amethyst, Lady Portia, any one of them. I am seeing the violet flame. Even if you can't see it, just speak it out. Say, okay, so there's a violet flame even if you can't see it in your mind's eye. I know some people aren't visual like that. Imagine there's a violet flame and you're wearing a coat of all the things that are weighing you down, all of your limiting beliefs, all of your your personal struggles, anything, anxiety, depression, addiction, all of it, anything that is holding you back from being your best potential, highest version of yourself. That's anything that is keeping you from chasing and going after what ignites you. Imagine it as a coat, and imagine taking that coat off and watching it burn up in that purple flame, and declare that it is so. Declare that you're transmuting all of it. So, and by transmuting is turning like something from something to something. It's alchemy. So you're turning darkness into light, and that's kind of what we do in addiction, don't we? Like, we're all alchemists, because we're taking a bad situation and making light of it by getting through it, by finding fellowship, by finding sobriety, and helping others on our journey. So we're all alchemists, and we can call upon these angels and masters to help. Okay, alrighty, let's see what they have to say about this twin flame journey, what you need to know, or not twin flame journey, just what you need to know in your relationship. This is weekly relationship reading. I just wanted to highlight the whole twin flame thing because it's something that I'm experiencing, and I'm trying to talk more about what I'm experiencing in my life, because that's why I'm here, is so that you can feel a connection and an understanding from somebody that's in recovery, that's also on the spiritual path. So, angels and guides, what would you like the collective to know in regards to their relationship this week? What themes? What are we looking at as far as their love and romance, if they have it, what they're going through, how they can have the best experience in love and light with a counterpart that they possibly can. Thank you. That one. Oh my god! You guys! Really? Are you seeing this? The soulmates card came out. Oh, and it's sweet. And the penguins, they mate for life. And look, it's penguins. He's got a key to her heart. And there's like rose. And this isn't like a love deck. Literally, what a beautiful start. Thank you, angels and guides, for that. Okay, so we have soulmates starting out. So maybe some of you are, and like soulmates is that it's meant to be for life, right? They mate for life. It's a forever thing. Regeneration, right? So regeneration. This is beautiful. This is coming back. This is that phoenix. This is that phoenix rising energy that is our recovery mascot, the phoenix. Wow, soulmates, regeneration. Dang, you guys. This isn't a relationship deck, by the way. This is Wisdom of the Oracle. I grabbed it because it does have a relationship section in the book. Anything else? To be fair, right? So balance. To be fair. That light. I wish I could turn that light off. Okay, there we go. To be fair. Soulmates, balance, regeneration. Ooh. All that glitters, right? All that glitters isn't gold. We'll get into what that means as a relationship. Okay. And anything else regarding relationships for the collective, please? Wow. Exchanging gifts, right? This is about like an even give and take, right? What you give in is what you'll get out. So we'll get more into it. And here and now. Being present, being dependable to your partner. Okay. And one more. Observer. Got the observer. Okay. I'm gonna leave it there. Flexible on the bottom of the deck. You can take that how you will in a relationship. I think that's it. Multiple different ways of flexibility. Okay. Oh my goodness. And I do want to give a shout out to my boyfriend. I asked him, I said, what would you, do you have anything you'd like to input on the relationship episode for tonight? And I had to tell you what he said. He said, lots of sex. Granted, you know, we're 1,000 miles away from each other right now. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm going to tell him. And then he goes, no, honestly though, if like just one word, effort, right? And I think that's about exchanging gifts and here and now. So putting in the effort is what's important, especially when you are in a long distance situation. Tell them you love them, let them know you're thinking about them, and it's just putting in the work and putting in the work on yourself when you're apart, or rather you're apart or together, but putting in the work on yourself and showing that self-love is honoring to them, because it shows that you think that they are also worth having a solid partner, right? You want to be your best for them as well as for yourself. So I thought that was really good. Putting it in the effort. So let's see. So we'll start with all that glitters, because I want to get that one out of the way. So okay, because I'm automatically assuming it's bad, but it's not. So sometimes we try to become something we are not to impress others. We embellish the story a little bit, adding some dramatic elements to make us, excuse me, I've got to figure out how to hold that not under the light and read the darn book. Okay, so excuse me, I apologize. We're gonna start over. Okay. Sometimes we try to become something we're not to impress others. We embellish the story a little bit, adding some dramatic elements to make us more appealing. The real person becomes hidden behind the sparkle and shine. Then there are times when we don't see the true value of someone else because he or she may not have the glitz and glamour that seems so desirable. Now is the time to look past the surface, beyond the mask, to the essence of a person. Who that person is, not what he or she can give you, is important. See beyond the glitter and look for the inner glow. Use the eyes in your heart. Let go of artifice and let what is authentic shine. Exactly, right? So who is a good match to you, not based on the way they look. I mean, that's when you're basing somebody, of course, everybody has different values, so that could be an important value to you, that you care about the aesthetic appearance of somebody. But if you only care about that, most likely you are going to get a karmic situation, because what is deep down within somebody's soul is going to be what is everlasting, and what you can find a real bond and a true connection with. So yes, everything that glitters is not gold. Thank you for that message, angels and guides. Somebody needed to hear that. We're going to move on to flexible, that was at the bottom of the deck. So being flexible, and I'm just reading the relationship readings of these. So flexible. So in every relationship, it's important to be open to new experiences and learning new things. Letting go of rigidity is what's required right now. You don't always have to be right all the time, do you? It's okay to come to a happy compromise. You can still get your needs met. It's a beautiful day when you meet halfway. The appearance of this card in a reading could also signal that you have met someone new who may not be your type, but who will turn out to be so special that you can easily release your old ideas about what sort of partner is right for you. Be flexible. You'll be happy you made the choice. Okay, I like that. Oh, we have serendipity underneath. So like serendipity under be flexible. That's lovely. That's all about like divine aligned, divine timing, like meant to be. So I love that. Okay. Oh, I can't wait to get to soulmates. We're going in numerological order. So next we have exchanging gifts. Yes, exchanging gifts. So I like this with the pink box. Ballerina kitty. Maybe some of you are dancers. Ballerinas, fairies. You like kitties. I should mention the things on the card. Maybe some of you are into the color gold. The number 16, 19, or 27 could be relevant. That is also 9, 10, and 7. So love is an exchange of life force energy between two beings. It grows exponentially when it is reciprocated. You must give and receive in order for love to flourish and abundance to flow between you. Spirit wants you to start accepting all the blessings waiting for you, as well as offer the same gift in return. Open your heart and allow it to be filled. Let love in and let it flow out of you too. Love is truly yours today. Oh, so sweet. Oh, these are lovely. Okay, all right, so number 32, here and now. This is about being present, right? Yeah, okay, so here and now. It's easy to yearn for a love affair or friendship you may not have right now. One that is more romantic, more fun, more reliable, more passionate. The good old days are gone and a new day has dawned. Let your heart trust that you have everything you need right now, whether you have the relationship you desire or not. Tomorrow is beyond your reach. Yesterday cannot return. The now is all that's available to you. Stay present and aware in this moment as you cherish and approve of your beautiful self. You are a magnet for love. Spirit is madly in love with you right now. Did you know that? Turn to Spirit to feel the joy of love in the here and now. So practicing that self-love, you can't expect anything to be long-term, everlasting, and perfection if you don't have the love for yourself. And it's impossible to love others the way that they deserve if you don't know how to love yourself first. So, and I am speaking as I am beginning to understand that more than ever. To be fair, so balance, justice, mutual benefit, cause and effect. So can you find a way to achieve fairness right now? This is a time for listening as well as speaking, right? Listening is super important too. That's something I'm working on. For understanding as well as asking to be understood. There is much to be learned, and you will learn it if you remain open and objective, weighing options and considering all sides. Your heart wants to connect to others, so allow for a balanced exchange of ideas and actions. The best kind of relationship is in one which there is mutual benefit and each party feels heard, valued, and respected. Be fair to all. Okay, and then we have soulmates. Sorry, this is they threw out a lot of messages, so this is important for somebody, and we're just going with it. Soulmates. So usually I try to at times I'll put a cap on how many cards I ask them to throw out. I try to keep boundaries, but even with the divine, you must stay strong in your boundaries. But I think that these are important. This is kind of a well-rounded message for kind of the formula for a solid relationship. Somebody needs this. So take what resonates and just leave the rest for somebody it's meant for. Consider love in the deepest sense. So powerful. A love so powerful that you will never be the same, regardless of how long your relationship lasts. Consider friendships and romantic bonds so compelling that they overwhelm you with gratitude or break you open so you will finally claim who you were meant to be. Even a companion animal who reminds you that it is you who is being rescued and healed. Oh man, I have one of those. Pay attention, for you are in the presence of a soulmate. Come to guide you home to the real you. That's beautiful. Oh, so soulmate could even be could be an animal. I know that my divine canine, he definitely taught me that I was the one that was being saved. I didn't save him. He for sure saved me. He was with me through the suicide of my former abuser, and I happened to get that dog like the year before it happened, and I had no idea that that would be what at times was keeping me alive myself. That dog was all I had to want to keep me alive. It was a very dark time for me. So, and now I live for myself, and I realize that in a way that was the absolute greatest birthday gift I ever received, was him taking his life on my birthday, and it set me free. It really set me free. It helped me find myself. It is the reason that I am here in front of you right now. It is the reason that I understand my life path and my my divine calling, and that I have gone through everything I've gone through. It was all for a reason, so I could be here right now. All right, so it's tragic that it cost the life of somebody to figure that out. He was suffering from a lot of alcoholism, child abuse, financial issues, narcissistic personality disorder, and he was in a very mentally unstable place, and it is absolutely tragic that it had to happen. But I wasn't getting out of that relationship. Things were getting worse. Anyways, so I'm here now. I apologize. I'm not trying to put a downer on the relationship reading. This all beautiful energy. That needed to come out, and that's needing to come out, and I'm going to talk about it more on my for an episode for my birthday on September 5th. Sorry, so it's literally spilling over the edges because that is a story that I need to share, and I'm being called to share it now, finally. We have regeneration, number 46. So regeneration. The world is based on connections and relationships. No matter what loss has occurred in the past or even now, death and endings are only illusions. Whoa. Okay, there was a reason that I shared that. There is life after death, love after loss, and in this moment you are radiating the regenerative life force energy that makes you irresistible to love in all forms. Now is the time when you will see evidence of this new emergence. Can you feel it? Love is rising up to greet you. Holy shit. There was a reason that I shared that and then read this card about grief and loss. So somebody may be going through grief and loss of their own at this time, and if you are and you do feel comfortable, please put it in the comment box or email me at therecoveryoracle@gmail.com, and I would be happy to just sit with you and pray for you, or and if I can help in any way right now with what you're going through. Also, I know that this community, as we build, we will become quite the force of support for each other, and I encourage you to start a discussion in the comment box. Get to know each other, get to know who you are sitting and watching your videos with, and because we're basically soul tribe, right? If you're connected to this video and another person is too, chances are you have a lot in common with each other. So get to know each other. I encourage you to do that, please. And then number 49, we have number 49, the observer. So the relationship message for that, and it's a little fox. Maybe some of you can relate with foxes. He's got a telescope, and he's looking at the moon. It's really sweet. He's sitting on an egg, which, like, an egg represents like potential, like full unlimited potential, right? What's in the egg. So sometimes you just can't see the forest for the trees in your way. Feelings can get all jumbled up, and often you hear one thing when a person says another. It can be like an echo of an unresolved past experience dubbed over your conversation. Take time out before you react. It's likely the other person has no idea how his or her words have affected you. Take a few steps back and lend understanding to the situation. Have faith in your connection and trust that you can come together. Take to higher ground now and cultivate curiosity about what you observe in yourself, in others, and in the landscape. You will find things much improved sooner than you know. So maybe I can relate to that a little bit. Like I wasn't used to when I got together with my person, I was not used to a man being protecting me and being kind to me and being genuinely interested in me and keeping me safe. After this like 4 years with this, I was just damaged, and I didn't know how to communicate with a person that genuinely loved me and just wanted to talk and not scream and yell or fight me, or I was like stuck in fight or flight mode and like feeling like on the defense all the time. So and it still is a process for me, but I like what they said about don't put somebody else's voice over the words that are being said. So really giving your person the benefit of the doubt. Don't treat them like the previous person. You're not with them anymore. They are their entirely own being, and they don't deserve to be put in that category with that person. That's, you broke up with that person for a reason. Don't treat the next one the same way. So that's a message for somebody. Maybe that was a message for myself, just a reminder. I love him with all my heart, and I'm willing to do anything and everything I can to keep him. So but it was a struggle for a while, especially when we got into addiction together, and I'm like there's just all rhyme and reason goes out the window when you're under the use of substances. So all right, so let's get into tarot real quick. I know we're 40 minutes in, so I just want to do a short little, I'm going to do just a little bit of tarot. I do need to move all of this up so that I can see my cards. So I'm sorry if these are out of your view. We can actually put the Ascended Masters. I'd rather have you be able to kind of see the guidance that has been given. Twin Flames, please let me know if any of this is resonating, and if like none of it is. If you're like, I'm in a relationship and nothing you said made any sense, tell me that, because I am just winging it. This is me 3 weeks into YouTube, and not filming every day, but trying to at least get a message out every other day. So I need the construction criticism as well, if there is any. Bring it on. If I state some facts that you don't agree with, say something about it. But also, again, realize that this is a general collective reading, so this message won't resonate with everybody. So don't fight me, take what resonates and leave it behind. If nothing resonates, then it's just not your message, and maybe we'll get you on the next one, right? And then as the community grows too, it's going to be even more that way. So that's when I'll open up like memberships for like smaller groups, so you can like pay $2 or $4 or $5 a month, and then you'll be in a group, and then those groups will get more concentrated with the messages for that particular demographic and like idea. So it's really beautiful. I don't know, I'm in a few different membership groups with my favorite readers online, and you get more and more specific and really, really deep into it, because you form this like kind of consciousness of this community that's all there for kind of similar reasons. So and we're here for similar reasons, right? We have a lot of common bonding, a lot of common interests, a lot of common trials and tribulations and struggles, and as well as talents and divine gifts and reasons to be grateful and show our gratitude in the miracle that is our life. So Okay, let's do tarot. All right, angels and guides, for this recovery collective that are in relationships at this moment. This is our love connection reading for the week of August 30th through September 5th. What do you want them to know? And we'll do Celtic Cross regarding their relationship. Thank you. What does the relationship look like this week? Loving relationships, connections. Maybe some of you are getting married or engaged. That just came through. Okay, leaving behind lack, stepping into a grounded Queen of Pentacles energy. So and this is also lack. This is like being left out in the cold, and it's in the reverse. So maybe the person you're in a relationship with right now got rid of that feeling for you of being left out in the cold. Maybe your relationship prior to this one was one that was very you know, you were feeling very lonely. This is abandoned. This is abandonment. This is like this is addiction. This is like a struggle. So maybe this was your previous relationship, and I asked what you need to know about your relationship for this week, and this is in the reverse. So maybe the person that you are with now makes you feel like they've invited you in, right? Maybe that is your person now, the one at the door that's got the door open to let them come in and get warm. They are warm and inviting and loving and nurturing like you haven't had before. And then that's being clarified by the Queen of Pentacles, who is the like nurturing mother. She is the self-care. She is also like the most maternal, like caring, nurturing, loving, earthy mama energy. So maybe some of you have an earthy mama or daddy that really takes good care of you. So this is beautiful. You also may be a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. That is earth energy. Got a lot of earth energy here, how you're showing up. And what crosses that? Please, angels and guides, for the relationship reading. What crosses this Queen of Pentacles and Five of Pentacles in the reverse? The Nine of Wands. So it's been a long, hard struggle. It's been a long, hard road. Crossing is the Nine of Wands, and he's still standing, but he's barely standing. This is our wounded. This is the Wounded Warrior card. So it's been a long, long, long time coming for you to. Maybe you've been waiting for your person too. Maybe you've been away from them or waiting for them. And it's all finally coming in, and you're getting to experience love as you deserve it. This is, yeah, somebody who's been run through it and still standing. He's still there, but he's almost to the end of it. He's at the nines. This is also a higher passionate understanding if you think of it in numerology, and you think about the nines as like the highest you can go, and fire, the wands are fire, are passion, or like you know, so maybe there's some really like passionate, intense energy. If you don't look at the picture and you think of it in the numerological aspect, this is like intense, fiery, passionate energy, like to the max. You're about to explode. So let's see. And wands, the wands are like representatory of you know, passion and sexual nature. So let's see where this goes. What do we have at the soul seat, please? Underlying in the subconscious. The Star. So renewal. This is like renewal and healing and refreshment, and this is regeneration. The Star literally is the card of regeneration. So I just want to say that that's what's underlying the reading for your relationship, is this regeneration. Yeah, big twin flame, or big violet flame, like transmuting the pain and you know, burning through all the shit and coming out with this, like, see, it's lava, but there's like this new tree with blue flowers and green growing on it out of the lava and the destruction. So it's like renewal after loss. And literally at the soul seat, underlying everything, kind of supporting everything for this reading, is the Star card. Very, very, very good. What is in the recent past, or supporting in the recent past? Please, thank you, angels and guides. Woo, 8 of Swords. So kind of like a mind fuck. I'm just gonna say that this could be inflicted on somebody else, somebody's words and thoughts that made you feel less than, that really put you in this mental prison, or this bondage, right? So this is in the past. This is behind you. And that could be kind of the, like, in your head and overthinking about it, making you feel like questioning your sanity, like gaslighting. This is like a card of somebody who's been gaslit and kind of like verbally like destroyed their sense of self-worth. So maybe some of you have been very, very hurt by others. It's kind of the same with the Nine of Wands, right? Like, he's taken all he can, he's just barely making it, but he's still standing. So these are both cards of people who have been very, very, very hurt. But you're coming out of it. Wait till we get to the near future. I'm excited to see what's coming in for you, or what maybe you're going through this now, right? You're going through this regeneration period. You're coming out of this Five of Pentacles in reverse and coming into this very like nurturing, loving energy. So let's see what's crowning the reading, please, angels and guides, for this relationship reading. What's crowning? What do they need to know? On the floor, thank you. Ooh, the Wise One, the Hierophant. So this is like a blessed union. This is like a divine union. This is a blessing. This could be marriage. This is also the card of marriage, right? So in the Rider-Waite, or the Waite-Smith tarot, the Hierophant is well, I think he's blessing a man and a woman in marriage, right? He's the priest. So that could be marriage. That could just be like this is like the divine stamp of approval on this relationship that you're in. It's crowning the reading, so it's kind of like this is blessed. I love that for crowning the reading. Angels and guides, what is in their near future, please? What's in the near future they can expect for this week? Okay, that one slid out, but this one flew out. So let's look at what we have. We have the Two of Pentacles, so coming into balance. This is the card that the divine threw out. This is the card that also fell out. Whoa, in the near future. This is the other card of marriage, of engagement. In the traditional deck, it literally is two people getting married under these wands in front of a church. It's a man and a woman like getting married. It's beautiful. This is the marriage card in the near future. So congratulations to some of you. You'll be celebrating something. This could also be a birthday, literally like it is on the card. But at the Four of Wands, this is spiritually balanced. This is balance in your passions and your spirituality, and then this is also balance in the physical world. So I'm taking both of these for your near future card. In the near future, you're coming into balance in the physical world, possibly with a either you are married or you're getting married, or you might be being proposed to very soon. And this is for the reading for this week. I'm going to say that either you're with somebody that you will be proposed to, that you will end up marrying, and this isn't for everybody, but it looks pretty promising. So you either know that or you don't. Please tell me. I hope I didn't ruin somebody's surprise. Okay, angels and guides, please can you tell me what else you want to know about the collective and their relationship, please, right now? Wow, I love that both marriage cards showed up. And like both like divinely blessed relationships showed up. Okay, so we have the Two of Wands looking to the future. Looking at what's to come. Also at the two, like a spark takes form, so this could be like a passion taking form into an idea, spiritual thing taking form. You may have like a decision to make when it comes to your love and your relationship. This is also a card of travel, looking out. He's about to leave. In the other deck, he's like holding the world, the globe. He's going to be traveling. He's looking ahead. So beautiful. And then also what flipped over with that is the Six of Cups. So this is a cup of nostalgia. This is a card of nostalgia. This is also a card that can be nostalgia from previous lives, like karmic contracts. It's also the Suit of Cups, so it is the emotions and love suit, and it's at the 6. So at 6 we restabilize and grow. And we've come to a higher understanding at the 6. So it's like restabilizing. 5 is change. At the 6, things come into order. So this is could be your like love and relationships coming into order. And you're looking ahead to the future about it. Could be doing some traveling. Maybe they are coming to see you. Maybe you're going to see them. Maybe you're traveling the world together. You'll have to let me know how this resonates. Okay, and then in the what is their environment, please? The environment for the collective and relationships. Thank you. I'm gonna put those back in so they get a chance to come out. Take that half. Well, that's more than half, but started with a bit. Okay, their environment, please. Okay, marriage, Two of Swords. So allowing yourself, taking off the masks, allowing yourself to be loved. This is right. She's dropped her swords. She's trying to figure out which mask to wear. She's got no mask on though, and she's allowing herself to be seen without the mask, without the swords, not in defense mode, dropping the armor, and just being, accepting things, trusting. She's trusting her intuition. She's trusting her gut instincts that she's making the right decision. And so this is what your environment is right now. So you're in a kind of a mode of like maybe kind of like a divine feminine feeling of just like seeing where things go, trusting the process, trusting your instincts and intuition. And this is a very, very, very great way to be showing up in a relationship. Having faith, right? Faith and just knowing that things are going to work out however they're meant to. Beautiful. Dropping all the shit. Let them see you as you are. Okay, and then what do they not see coming, please? What do they not see coming? The Magician. Okay, so maybe something coming in to manifest some magic in your life. Also, the Magician is about like you have all the tools to make things happen. Or the Magician is also Virgo energy, so maybe somebody coming towards you that's a Virgo. We'll get a clarifier on that and find out. And then what is the final outcome, please? Final outcome. Some magic, some manifestation coming in. They like that mysterious. Yeah, maybe you've got somebody with like Mercury placements. What is the overall outcome, please? The Tower. Okay, so the Tower is the overall outcome. So this is like the breaking down. This is like an aha moment, right? This is something that is life changing often, or changes your entire perspective and understanding of things. It's something that like was a truth that wasn't a truth, that you like you built a house on a poor foundation and things are crumbling away to make room for the better. So towers are always good things because they are coming to our highest good, or they are for our greatest and highest good, to like destroy, right? It's this regeneration energy, right? Like destroying everything that's not working. Just like, you know, like a forest fire comes through and like wipes out all the underbrush, and the only trees that are standing are the big old ones. It's getting rid of all the things that are unnecessary, all the things that could be limiting you, could be putting like a distance or a rift in between you. It's like getting rid of this shit that's not solid. So this is a good thing. We're going to clarify why it's in the overall outcome position though. And then we have Queen of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So Leo energy. So we have like a lot of Virgo and Leo energy here with the Pentacles and the Wands. Lots of Wands, lots of Pentacles, some Swords, some Water. There's not a lot of emotion here. So it's like, it's not bad. We've got the Six of Cups here, which is like the greatest emotion, because this is really also childhood innocence and having faith. The Six of Cups is even called the Faith card in some decks, but it's like childlike joy. It's just like, and on some of the decks it's even like children running together and like children doing things and playing and being childlike and innocent and you know, just like back to the good old days. So we have the Queen of Wands on the bottom. So Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. So we've got fire and earth, and air, and then that's really our only emotion. So it looks like people are really overlooking this, or looking this over. I'm saying that communication is really important right now. Passion is really important right now, and your stability. So the way you communicate and show up, the passion and the fire between you and the ground upon which you're building is what's important. The love is there, the love is with you, or it would be showing up in the cards if it was needed. What is needed right now is passion, stability, and communication. And that's what I'm seeing. Okay, so let's see. I do want to... Here. Oh, hold on 1 second. 1 second. I'll be right back. Wait, it's not 1 second for you. You guys don't miss out on any time. Okay, sorry about the wait. My dog wanted out. Okay, so we're going to find out, we're going to get some clarifiers on these with the Zerner Farber Tarot, which is lovely, which shows the little children, which shows the loving relationships. It's a little more colorful and bright of a deck, and we'll use this to clarify. So I want to clarify, first of all, this whole middle area, this coming out of the cold into grounding, being a wounded warrior, showing up as you. They want to give us just one more card. Angels and guys, one more card to clarify how the collective is showing up in their relationship, or what they need to know, please. By the Queen of Pentacles, the 5 in reverse, and the 9 of Wands is here. 10 of Pentacles. Wow, this is so this is like generational wealth, but in the terms of a loving relationship, this is the solid foundation. This is your castle in the clouds. This is your heaven on earth. You have like a heaven on earth situation with this person. Oh wow, this is beautiful. So you're going from the 5 of Pentacles in reverse to this heaven on earth in this relationship, whatever this is. It's beautiful. Oh my goodness, wow, that's gorgeous. Okay, and then why is the Hierophant here, please, in the crowning reading? Why the Hierophant, the wise one? The Emperor. Okay, so the Emperor is like he's taking control, but he's very stable, right? He is a noble, kind ruler. So he's all 4 kings: emotional, mentally intelligent. He's physically stable and grounded and well off, and he is also very passionate and fiery, and so this is like a well-rounded, if you are showing up as the Emperor, if this is your energy or this is your partner's, this is stability. This is very much stable. So it's like a blessed coming together because it's a stable situation for you. Wow. Okay, can we clarify please why why they're showing up as the Two of Wands and the Six of Cups? What are they looking at with this Two of Wands and the Six of Cups mentality? What are they looking at? What are they looking at, please? Looking towards, looking to. Eight of Pentacles. So moving up. You're moving up, you're moving forward. It's this forward movement towards something bigger and better and more beautiful. So it's like it's moving ahead. He's and it's also building. Sorry, this is Pentacles. So sorry, that's Eight of Cups. Moving is the movement. At the Eight of Pentacles, you are building, you are growing, you are working, you are at the Eight, which is higher learning, higher understanding. You are building. You're building your life. You're climbing. This is also considered the Mountain card. In some decks, it's climbing the mountain of physical stability. So this is very good. So I asked what the Two of Wands and the Six of Cups was looking at, and this is looking at building a strong foundation. Basically, is what that means. So he's looking to this strong foundation, but with like this eyes of child, nostalgic, sweet, emotionally restabilized understanding, or mindset. So he's going into this like with a loving faith in his heart, loving, understanding heart, looking towards building something strong and stable. I like that a lot. Okay. And then can you tell us please why the Magician is in what they need to know? Can you tell me please about the Magician? Thank you, angels and guides. Expansion, or passion coming into form. I'm seeing this as like at the threes, things come into form, right? And the wands are of passion and of spirit. So maybe your passion's coming to manifest, or like a spiritual some sort of spiritual calling coming to manifest. Let's get more on that. Why the Three of Wands with the Magician, please, and what they don't see coming? Spiritual expansion, passionate expansion. With the Magician, it's like an expansion of your like spiritual abilities or something. And the Two of Wands, yeah, it's like coming into form. A lot of wands, passion, like, and it's the Magician. So like you have like some sort of spiritual abilities or passion coming in that you're not expecting. Something that you've either manifested, or like you're literally like showing up as the Magician and you are gaining like your powers. Can you tell me why the Tower is here in the overall outcome, please? Interesting. Why is the Tower in the overall outcome? Ace of Swords. A new, like a divine download, a new idea, a new way of thinking. This is a new idea or a new way of thinking. Like a mind-blown emoji. Tower's happening because you have a totally new thought process. All the old is falling away with this regeneration, and you're seeing things from a different point of view, or you have some new idea. Why the Ace of Swords, please? And the Ace of Swords is communication too, like a new way of communication. The old is falling away. Yeah, so you have a new perspective. So the Hangman, clarified by the Hangman. So this is a new, a higher perspective on things, clarity, a higher state of consciousness. And the Ace is always like gifts from the divine, and swords are thoughts, words, your mental space, communication. So it's like a divinely given idea or understanding, like a higher understanding. And the Hanged Man has gained enlightenment. He's switched his perspective and coming from a higher vantage point. So the Tower is kind of, you know, breaking down all of the old ways of thinking and bringing in a new higher understanding for you that will be beneficial and really take your relationship to the next level, if that's what you want, because it looks like marriage is definitely a possibility. Okay, we have the High Priestess on the bottom of the deck. So High Priestess is all about trusting your intuition, your inner knowing, that nourishing that divine feminine, very allowing, very nurturing, very allowing, but also very wise, very intuitive. She's got eyes in the back of her head. And that kind of energy. So trusting your gut, trusting what you feel in your heart, trusting your heart more than anything. So I love that. That's absolutely beautiful. Okay, let's close it off with with a Shaman's Dream Oracle, please. Okay, angels and guides for their relationship. Can we close it off with one or two of the Shaman's Dream Oracles? Thank you. I always pop that. Okay, Ancestral Wisdom. Okay, already. So, what do they need to know about their relationship right now? How they're showing up in this beautiful relationship? To close the reading, please, just one or two cards. Thank you. I'm going to take the first one and the second one. You might not get it out of the first one. Closing the door, completion. Okay, so we're talking about the completion of a cycle, right? And you've got regeneration here. So closing the door, completion. That's not necessarily closing the door, completing on your relationship, because I'm seeing like marriage possibilities here, but that could be for some of you. Maybe some of you are ending a relationship. But that's like the completion of I'm seeing that as like a completion of a cycle. And then we have Sky Dancers with Surrender. We'll take one more if we want to throw it out. Oh, we have Benefactor with Grace and Generosity on the bottom of the deck. So I really, really, really love that. That's sweet. This is Grace and Generosity, Surrender, and completion, like closing a door and completion. So maybe completing one cycle and you're headed onto the next. Maybe you're headed towards marriage. Maybe you've done the inner work and now you can come back together in this like divinely aligned union, or you are together and you are taking it to the next step. So you're done with the cycle of maybe just like casual dating and you're moving in together, or you're making steps to kind of take it to the next level. And I really, really like that. I really appreciate you being here with me this evening. Well, it's evening for me. Wherever you are in the world, thank you so much for being here. And to you and your soulmate, your twin flame, or your karmic, I wish you all the best, and I will see you next Saturday for our Relationships in Recovery meeting. Thank you so much. Please share, like, and subscribe if this message was helpful to you, or you know somebody who could benefit from hearing this message. If you are interested in a private reading, a custom-made meditation, or a subliminal, those services can be found on my Buy Me a Coffee link, as well as my personal training services, so you can get your body into the shape you desire to give your partner what they desire. I'm gonna let it go. It's late for me. Just ignore that last little bit, and we'll see you next week. Thank you so much. Good night.